and gentlemen, welcome to the ShadowSphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the ShadowSphere. Tonight, I'm going to do something I normally don't do because I feel I cannot do her justice. I am going to let my guest introduce herself. By all means, go ahead and do that now.
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me on, you guys. I am your ultraviolet siren and your favorite indie hype girl, hopefully your favorite indie hype girl, Kakeface Karlee. And I'm your guest today on the ShadowSphere. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thank you for making the time. You're a busy woman. You're constantly creating content. You're working with different brands. You're traveling. You're a parent. So kudos to you managing all of that, because I do some of that and it's too much for me. So
it's a lot.
But goes without question, first question that I'm going to ask you is, what got you into wrestling in general? Like, not just deathmatch, but just in general, what got you motivated to be a wrestling fan?
So I became a wrestling fan. Oh, I want to say I was around like 4 or 5. I was definitely brought into WCW first. I was my first memories of were like my dad kind of getting into like WCW and I'm watching with him, but mainly my mom and I watched a lot of WCW together as he kind of started like drifting out of my life. I know that sounds sad, but it's the truth. But my mom and I had a really nice bond over like watching WCW, and I started like having favorites like Sting, Rey Mysterio. One of my first huge memories of like WCW was like literally the beginning of the NWO. Like that would be my intro like into wrestling. Like I loved WCW.
I haven't heard many people say WCW was their starting point. So
Yeah.
Usually it's WWF at the time, or like, I don't know, some people even say ECW because it's what it was. So growing up, pretty much the stereotypical way you grow up, because family got you introduced to it and you go from there. As time goes on, obviously content creation becomes a thing. How do you get involved in the content creating world and decided one day, hey, I'm going to talk wrestling?
So how that started, I was online for a little bit. Like I had an old Instagram that was just regular Kakeface_Karlee. That was mainly just makeup and stuff. That was my main focus with that, and even on TikTok as well for a while. But I'd always been a wrestling fan, and I was kind of scrolling, and I'd seen like different creators that I liked, but there was a girl in particular on TikTok that I really enjoyed, and she used to go by Luna Havoc. I think she just goes by Chrissy Ann now. She doesn't really do content like that anymore, but I just thought, wow, like I love seeing like these bombshell girls like talking about wrestling, and like I'm not seeing like a lot of that, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let me see what I can do in this space. And it kind of started off slow, and when I ended up moving to Louisiana, everything kind of started picking up there. I started making like hype videos and recap videos like about WWE and AEW, sometimes TNA, but that was like October of 2022 is when I really started with like wrestling content creation.
Okay. And you were doing that on Instagram only, or did you come over to the TikTok side to do it?
So I first, with the wrestling content creation, that mainly started on TikTok. And like I ended up like blowing up pretty quickly, especially with how popular WWE and AEW was. Got a lot of people, got a lot of eyes following me like pretty instantly. And I have noticed as I've gone more like talking about like sort of transitioning from like WWE to AEW, and then like more so just GCW, and now more so like just independent stuff. Not a lot of eyes, but I mean, you know, the right people are watching, that's for sure with that. But it started with
I get
TikTok
that.
and then migrated towards Instagram.
Which is really weird to me because I started myself and Scale started off the top media in 2021. And in 2022, I kind of said to Scales, I'm going to take this and roll with it on TikTok for a while. And I
Yeah,
was heavily rolling in Wrestle Talk, and I was up there with the upper echelon of who's who now before they
yeah,
were as big as they are. Some have fallen off because their own devices got the best of them, and some have actually blown up without really going in. There's Weasley Blonde, there's Santi, and them. But like for you to tell me that you were kicking around at 22, I I don't know how we never ran into each other because Wrestle Talk's
I
not that
know.
big.
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, and just meeting the random people throughout TikTok was such a small world. And um, after like kind of like getting, I guess, noticed with some people, I was invited to do like some podcast type stuff. Shout out to my friends Dad Hat and XLJ the OG and the Will Gray. I was part of um, World Championship Wreckage for a while. I was the GCW girl on PW60 on Cole TV for a little bit. Shout out to them. But yeah, it's wild how
Da-
TikTok and all that stuff works.
See, but then that's even funnier because I know Dad, I know Will. I'm literally in a group chat with Will Gray.
That's
Like constantly talk to him. Him and his partner are like family to me. Like we were partnership for the last
oh
3 years. Like they've been like working with us and up the top, and we were working with them with their adventure
yeah
like that. See, and then you said you were part of Wreckage, and I believe Wheels, aka Mike Duplessis, was a part of that.
yeah. Shout out to Mike.
Love Wheels, love making
Hell
fun of
yeah.
him.
Oh, Wheels
he
is
he
amazing.
he will he will straight up tell you I am one of the few people he allows to make wheelchair jokes because he knows that I won't go over the board with it, but I'll go off the top with it. No pun intended.
That's great. Although he himself will be one to come up with some outrageous shit when it comes to wheelchair jokes. I'll be like, Mike, what are you
Right?
doing?
Right? And you
And
have
I'm
to
not
kind of
supposed
like,
to
do
laugh
I
at these? What
laugh?
the hell, Michael?
Do I laugh, man? Like I don't know.
Right. Like I feel
Um
it's like someone's watching over my shoulder, like my guardian angel. It's like, bitch, you better not.
I, I I don't think I've said this to him, and I'll say it now, and I'll make sure I let him know that this is in the interview. But I think if he um does wrestling or managerial stuff, I think he should come out to that Ed Sheeran song. When your legs don't work like they used to.
Oh my God. You know what? I'll also do one more shout out for Mike too. I did a episode of Fantasy Warfare with him and Husky Rhodes. This was way a couple years ago.
That's another guy I'm in a chat with.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, they're great. Great guys. I did a episode of Fantasy Warfare with them, and it was like one of my favorite things I've ever filmed. It was a fantasy warfare of like, of course, like a death match night, but it was like CCW guys versus ECW versus GCW. And it was just such a cool moment with a bunch of deathmatch kids, you know, going in and talking about cool shit. So I love that. So shout out to both of them.
I just love the fact that we literally have ran in the same circle, but up until this year have never spoken.
Right. That's wild. I think that is insanely wild to me, but you know what? Better late than never.
Fair and facts. One
Absolutely.
and like if I ever need some wrestling knowledge, Wheels has got it. That man is the encyclopedia of wrestling.
Oh my God. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's insane with it.
So again, so you've been doing all these opportunities and being noticed, and now you work with X brand and stuff like that. Like, how does
Yeah.
that become a thing? Because I mean, I'm still very much independent, and you are in a sense too. But you are working with these companies almost in tandem. How do you get these opportunities?
By, I don't know. I guess not to sound crass, but I guess I give good mouth, and I think I guess some people like like what I'm doing. No, but I don't know. I guess by luck and by people just seeing my work. I think I decided to do of more of like the independence, like talking about independent and especially deathmatch, because not a lot of people are doing that. And I think that's one thing that people notice about with me, because there's a lot of people that are, doing these, I guess, hype videos or talking about match cards of like, the WWE shows, the AEW shows, but there's not a lot of people that are talking about what's going on within the independents and the deathmatch scene. And that's something that one of the things within that scene that I like bringing to light, because I love hyping it up, because I think it's, the coolest part of wrestling. I mean, it might be biased, but I love independent and deathmatch wrestling. So working with X Brand, I mean, that was just something, again, that was like a random happening. And I was making mainly like the GCW videos, starting to talk about like H2O and stuff like that. And my friend was talking about X Brand, that he had given a one of his cameras to one of the main guys and everything, and to use. So I was like, you know what? Let me check out X Brand. So I went on IWTV and saw Ultraviolent House Party, their first one they did. I was very impressed. The whole event was off the chain. Many great names on the card. Like even their lights out match was fucking wild. I think it was like Jimmy Lloyd and Drake Younger. I mean, like insane matches on the card. So I ended up hitting up Justin. I went on Instagram and I was just like, hey, I love your product. Like you guys, are amazing. I was been a fan of like watching your stuff, like amazing. And I was not expecting a response back. Everything okay?
I'm still here. Yeah, keep talking.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't expecting a response back, but I got a reply saying, hey, thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to do a hype video for us, sometime. I said, okay, absolutely. And that was kind of how the relationship started. And as time went on, I guess they really liked what I was doing and saw that I can really speak well and just like of how I'm hyping up the videos. And they wanted me to start interviewing people. So October of 2025 was when I officially started X Brand Unleashed, and that was everything else is history with them.
See, I almost did it backwards, right? I went out seeking people. People didn't come seeking me, so I'm a little bit jealous of that. But we all start somewhere, right? And I've taken what I've been doing, and I keep telling people I found a niche within a niche.
Yep.
Because now I'm starting to get really into the death match, and I'm very new to a bunch of it.
Yeah.
And I'm learning and learning, and as I go, so like finding that niche within a niche is it's fun.
Oh, it really is. It makes you feel that extra sense of, okay, this is me. I don't have to like fake about who I am or what the product I'm putting out is. Like this is just genuinely me.
So you're doing all this, like you said, people are reaching out to you. You're a smooth talker, if you will. You're a smooth
I try my
operator, in the
best.
words of Penta.
Absolutely. One of my favorite Sade songs too, by the way. Love that song. But
So now I ask this, and it's more because I don't talk to a lot of females in this industry.
mm-hmm.
And I find that the females I have spoken to, there's like Hope Division, there's Kai Elizabeth, stuff like that I've interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the male predominated wrestling world as a content creator, what I'm trying to word this so it doesn't sound like an asshole way, but what do your DMs look like? Because there is people that are going, you don't have to name out anybody, that's not what I'm asking, but like I can't imagine your DMs are fun.
Yeah, so I will say there hasn't been like a lot of like the whole like if you're wondering if it's like, this plethora of dick pics. Thankfully it's not like that. Although there has been some pretty insane messages. Some of them are just straight up kind of goofy. Like one of my favorites that I love to get this where it's like some guy will follow me and I'll get like a DM and it'll be like, hey, like, I saw that you saw that you're a wrestling fan and, I watch WWE, we have so much in common. It's like, brother, do you realize that it's like, yes, I watch WWE, but like, have you seen the preface of what I talk about? Like, it's just like that kind of stuff's funny. Like I've gotten some pretty strange ones. Some ones that are like, wow, I was not expecting to get like a DM from you, but or like, this guy or whatever. But yeah, they've definitely been all over the place. That's for sure.
Do you feel like you have to work harder because you're a female in this industry, or do you feel like the world has changed enough where I'm nowhere near your level? I'm going to be completely honest, but like, do you feel like you are up there with those creators where you're equal now?
That's a great question. Like, I guess to kind of break it up, do I have to work harder? For me, excuse me, for me personally, I think it's like regardless if you see me, like whatever you see me, like I'm going to put out what I like to put out. If you don't like what I put out, or you're going to suggest something because I'm female, or if you don't think I know something because I'm or whatever it is, then that's your loss. I don't want you watching, because the right people are going to find me. The right people are going to watch, and they're going to see what I have to offer and what I'm trying to do for, the independent deathmatch community. Is just like spreading awareness of like, especially with deathmatch, of it's legitimate. It's not bullshit. It's whatever. So, do I have to work harder? I kind of just beat to my own drum. Like at one point I felt maybe like I had to work a little harder because of being female, and especially like within deathmatch, not a lot of females really talk about deathmatch like that. And especially sometimes in my quote unquote content creator niche type of stuff that I like to put out, just to bring in the algorithm to bring light to deathmatch and stuff. But, I just think, I'm me, take it or leave it. And to answer if I see myself as equal to them, I don't know if I would. No. I mean, I guess in my own light, sure, but like also no, because I mean, I'm where people of like, 10K plus, I guess, of like number wise, I guess logistically, no. But I think in my own light, I think I'm equal into the sense of what I'm trying to do for my said wrestling community that I'm trying to be in. So yes and no. I try and be very humble about that, though. I don't see myself as like this like insane figure or whatever. So
I mean, like I said, and we're friends, but like,
yeah,
I definitely look at you as someone at a level I want to reach. And that's not me blowing smoke up your ass. That's just me being genuine. Like there's few creators that I look at and say, shit, I need to get to that level. Obviously, I know I'm not no like Santi or Wheezy Blonde. I'll never be them, and that's fine. I don't want to be them because the amount of criticism they both face is insane. And I'm one to clap back, so that won't end well, and I'll be canceled. So, yeah. But I don't know how you do it, because I'll be real. There's still a lot of this deathmatch stuff where I'm like, why am I watching this? But why can't I look away? And
Amen to
it's
that.
definitely not the faint at heart. And what we do is not in the faint of heart. You
Oh, for
literally
sure.
have to understand what you're getting into. You can't just be like, oh, what's this? Because you're going to get turned off from it immediately.
Oh yeah,
You need to
definitely.
have some understanding of what it is.
Yeah. I think that's also a thing too of like people who want to get into deathmatch but don't really know how or whatever. Like I've even put out videos like a while back of like how to kind of get yourself or get friends into it, of just easing yourself in, kind of educating. You know, what weapons that have you seen prior that it's like, oh, you know what, I think maybe I could handle. Like, all right, work your way up, you know. But I agree, you definitely have to know what the hell you're getting into.
Like, obviously, I've watched ECW. That's not deathmatch. I have watched Nick Gage matches. Obviously, we know how extreme he can be.
Oh yeah.
I've seen New Jack shit, and well, we all know where he is. Um, but I've never been in person to a deathmatch show until this year, when I went down to Canadian Deathmatch Crazy 8. And my first live introduction in person match was Brandon St. James versus Tyler Arrow. And I don't know if
Mm,
you've gone and watched that match, but it is an absolute banger. And if you haven't,
mm.
go check it out. But to be introduced to that at a 5-star level, in my opinion,
Yeah,
it hooked. It hooked me. And then,
absolutely.
just hearing their stories is crazy.
Oh, 100%. I can actually relate to that. Like this past November was when like my first live deathmatch shows, and my first match, which you'll pop for, is your off the top champion, Hardcore, going against boy from Texas, that Vato Loco, Primo Ka. That was my first introduction to like Houston and like Texas talent and just death match in general. And I mean, those two, I will never forget that match forever. Like I literally have, I'm pretty sure this light tube shard that I have was from their match. So I will never forget that.
Hey,
Almost got
I
it.
got to watch. I've been talking to Hardcore for the better part of 2 years, and
Yay.
watching him in April for the first time. Um, he was involved with Josh Vandercruz, which
Mm-hmm.
their rivalry is headed to a very dark ending in a casket match coming up here in September.
Scary.
But it was a bring your own weapons match for Hardcore. And I told Hardcore, I was texting Hardcore that day, and I always text him a show day and I say, hey man, be safe and come out good on the other side. Because I know what he does, and there's always risk, and we both know that.
Of course, yeah.
And I always shoot him a text to be like, yeah, be safe, Never told him I was coming to the show. I never let him know. And
Oh.
I gave Billy the janitor the off the top championship because I bought it for the fans bring your own weapons match.
Hmm.
And he said, "Oh, I'll take it back to the boys." And I already knew once Hardcore seen it, he knew I was there because I'd showed him the belt on previous conversations.
Yeah.
And me and him got talking after his match, and he's like, "Yeah, I knew you were there, but I didn't know where you were." He didn't see me when he came out because I was in the second
Oh.
row. But like once the match was done and it was kind of like cleanup time, and he was walking around the ring doing his thing, I was like, "Hey, Hardcore!" And that man came over and gave me the biggest hug.
Oh, I love Hardcore. He's the best.
He really is. And that man literally gave me his blood-stained shirt off his back to keep which I now have in a Ziploc bag because I haven't got a frame for
Oh.
it yet. And I just hope the cops don't come to my house because that's somebody else's DNA on blood shirt, and that might be interesting to explain.
I think I can top you on things that have to explain to people. Uh, I have a fork here that is signed by Necro Butcher that is absolutely covered in DNA.
I love that
So
for you.
that's a, I know, it's like, and here's my bloody fork.
Just, hey, get my spaghetti fork. The bloody one? No, 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 not that one.
Don't use that one.
You had the crazy opportunity WrestleMania weekend to head
Yeah.
down to the desert and do some on-site location deathmatch wrestling in the desert. And Hardcore's told me some stories about it, but I want to hear
Yes.
your. He said it on air, and he's told me in private too some things, but I want to hear your take on how that all went down.
Oh my goodness. Well, so I think, gosh, where do I begin? Because I think even like prior to getting to like this unknown location was like a trip in itself for myself, Hardcore, Louis Jr., shout out to him, and Anthrax. We were trying to get to the location. The cameraman for X Brand accidentally gave us the wrong address to meet up at. So we're at this like it was like this supermarket. It was like El Super or something, and we're just waiting outside there. We're like, okay, well, we're just waiting for someone to come get us, no big deal. And time goes by. We're telling, hey, we're here. We get a call. Where the fuck are you guys? Blah, 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 we can't see you. We're literally here. We give him the address. Brother, that's not the address we're supposed to be at. So we gave him the one. We're like, hey, well, this is the one that, the cameraman, Matt, like gave us. And it was like, oh, shit. Well, okay, we'll come get you. So they finally come get us. We go to the desert. It wasn't extremely hot. Thankfully, it had a breeze, but also it was a double-edged sword because it stank to high fucking, oh my God. There was like dead carcass smell and just like old garbage and, perfect for a death match. But I mean, now granted, like, and God, there's just so much to unload with that. But so, and we're all kind of like, okay, we're finally here. Let's try and set up. Okay. So we had 3 matches on a card, which it was Vivian Joro and Louis, Hardcore and Jesse Daniels, and Anthrax and Buddy Badcock. So first match goes well. They're covered in blood. They come up. And mind you, a lot of us were partaking in gardening activities, just to throw that out there. Just, getting high in the desert.
Hey, we're a Canadian podcast. Oh, I'm a Canadian podcaster. Yeah, you smoke some weed in the desert. What's going on?
I mean, so we're just trying to enjoy ourselves. We're watching, next was Jesse Daniels and Hardcore's match. It went well. So we're all hanging out. It's the main event, Anthrax and Buddy Badcock for the X Brand Championship. And we're midway through this match. We're all, still smoking and stuff like that. All of a sudden, we see a pickup truck that pulls up. We look, it says Game Warden. So we're like, oh shit, oh my God. What are we gonna do? I'm hiding my my mom. I'm like, okay, let me just put away everything, whatever. And mind you, as this Game Warden's pulling up, I can just imagine from his point of view what the hell we all looked like. And I'll paint this picture for you. There's at least 4 of us covered in blood, right? After doing a death match. I look like a low-end escort with a like off-the-shoulder fucking dress and fishnets on. Our ring announcer is wearing this like halter top like jumpsuit tiger print jumpsuit. We have Lame Bloody, who looks like he's out of Fear and Loathing. Hellaware Assassin, who looks like he's out of the mid-2000s, like Lean With It, Rock With It video with like the baggy jersey and everything. I mean, we looked like a pack of fucking loons. It was wild. Like, we looked insane. So that's what the Game Warden's seeing as he pulls up. Just us. And we're like trying to motion because Justin was like video record, like, and we're like, hey, like, let's wrap it up. Game Warden's here. So all of a sudden we're like, okay, who's going to talk to this guy? Out of everyone, Hellaware Assassin. Now, you've seen Trailer Park Boys, I'm assuming.
I've been to
okay, you of course. So You know how they say Ricky is really good with talking to the police?
Yeah.
That was the exact vibe that Hellaware gave off when talking to the game warden. It was just like, "Don't worry, you guys, I got it." And I'm literally like praying to any type of deity that may be around. I'm like, okay, please let him just ease. It's like we're not doing anything wrong, you know. So he explains we're oh, wrestling, haha. So the game warden goes, "Oh, I thought you were looking at the dead bodies that were thrown down there because some people like to throw, carcasses." And we're like, "Oh yeah, like dead dogs." No, like people too.
Yeah. Hardcore told me that, and I was like,
We're like, let's wrap this up. We need to go. It stinks. We need to go home.
I like Hardcore has been just telling me like he pulled a spleen. And he wasn't sure if it was human or animal or like that. That's nerving.
Oh yeah, and he was bringing up bones, and I'm like, I love There's a fun little fact about I love collecting weird little oddity things, and some of it is bones. So he was bringing some. I'm like, ooh, how cool! Look, it's part of his spine, and I felt bad for Louis Jr. He's like, don't touch me with that. That's fucking gross. I'm sorry. It's so cool though. Good times though.
But as the wrestling fan in you versus the professional in you, do you still catch yourself fangirling over certain people or certain events? And
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Absolutely.
and
I'll try and keep my composure. This past show that past few shows that I went to in Texas for the Death Roulette, I was doing the best I could not to just completely freak the fuck out over Larry Legend. And the fact that he came up to me and recognized me, he was like, "Hey, TikTok friend." I'm like, oh my God. I was like, my soul had held out of my fucking body. I was like, oh my God, it's nice to meet you. So yes, there's definitely some times where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it's this person. Holy shit.
now, in that same turn of cheek, do you ever feel like an imposter?
Oh, absolutely. A lot. I have probably some of the worst imposter syndrome ever. There's times I'll look back and I'm like, damn, I really actually had an interview with Akira where we sang together. That actually happened. I deserve that. Really? And I was even thinking about this a couple days ago, about a year, literally a year ago, I was homeless. Got scammed out of a house.
Oh,
And literally was homeless, trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do. And to literally think from that to now and the opportunities and everything, it's very surreal. And especially when I'm still trying to kind of heal from all that, still, even with it being a year later, I'm still trying to process that actually still fucking happened. It was seriously such a nightmare thing. I don't even think of any type of books that are it's so crazy shit, but to think that going from that to this, definitely I have definitely have that imposter syndrome of wow, or even little things of Mickey Knuckles recognizing me, or when she the second time of meeting her in person and she just waved at me and shared a blunt with me. I'm and just wanted to shoot the shit. Or this past time in Texas of her being oh, I loved the makeup videos you did. It was it's surreal. It really is.
and I've had a similar experience recently. There's promoters I talk to and wrestlers I talk to, and I'm previous to certain information which I will not leak out. They trust me with it, and that's where it stays.
Yep.
And I'm like, what is happening? Why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
And then there's I went to New Noise Volume 4 at Stinky D's in Toronto, and Jesse Amato was like, "Hey, Shadow, what's up?" Like, hello? You're a fucking legend around here, and you know who the hell I
Yeah.
am? Like,
It's
okay, cool.
amazing.
And then we're outside, and I'm sitting out there with Rush Rancid, which is a personal friend of mine, um, Wade Allen, Tyler Arrow, uh, Josh Vandercruz, and we're all just chit chatting in a circle outside having a dart. And my cousin's like, "You just hang out with them?" I'm like, "They're just normal people."
Yeah.
But like the fact that the boys are even keeping me, like 5 years ago, you couldn't have told me I'd be doing this.
Oh
Sitting in
yeah.
this, sitting outside of
Likewise.
a venue having a smoke with a bunch of wrestlers chit chatting with me like I'm one of the boys.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
Or like even like I like to think it's like the relationship I have with X Brand and now even with Loco Wrestling, shout out to Jaime, literally like family to me. All of Loco is like family to me. Like so it's seriously just it's surreal. Like and wrestling is in this community that we've chosen to be in, and I think it's just such a yes, there's a lot of bullshit, but like I feel like we have a very tight knit community within the deathmatch and independent scene.
Yeah, and I've noticed that too. Like I said, when I talk to promoters, they'll brush you off at the show, which is understandable. They're fucking busy trying to make sure everything goes off properly.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you actually pull back the curtain and just chit chat with them, they're our most nicest people. Now, I'm not gonna say everyone because I've only worked with one particularly, and I worked with another, but that's more of a traditional one, and they burnt me pretty bad, and I learned a
Yeah.
very hard lesson. Right?
Yeah.
Um, Shit happens. We move on. But without that bridge being burnt, in a sense, I don't meet Sean, Maddie, and Dylan
Yeah.
because when they burnt me, I was looking out and seeing who can I interview, who can I do, what can I do, and then they fell into my lap, and they weren't a company just yet. Like they had trademarked the name and everything, but they had not even thrown a match on yet. And I sat down and interviewed them, and then we built this relationship, and now we're 2 years later. Or a year and a half later, excuse me. I just interviewed Sean the other day, and he was like, "It's crazy. A year and a half ago, I don't even know this was going to be still here."
It's
Right?
amazing
Like,
how
it's
life works.
and like I'm geographically, I'm a mess when it comes to where the fuck you are, but you're in the southern United States, right?
Yes, I am.
So, like, to me, that is the coolest shit ever because so much is going on down there. Right? We
Yeah.
got Canadian deathmatch, we have hybrid wrestling, we have interspecies wrestling, we have now wrestling, and a bunch of other traditional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But like the scene for every one company we have here, you guys have 10.
Yeah, there's a lot down like going on in the South, like even independent and deathmatch wise, like I mean, to start off, I mean, even in Texas alone, there like obviously Loco, there's Death in the Family, there's New Texas Pro, New South Pro, Blackbird Pro. God, I know I'm missing some. Like there's that's just with Texas alone, and like there's National State Wrestling in Arkansas. They're like Blood and Honey in Atlanta. Like I mean, there's
There's
so much.
Diamond State Wrestling in Arkansas, which a buddy of mine
Yep.
actually works for as a manager.
Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Shout out Jamie Rose. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, there is literally like a lot of stuff that, and I love a lot of the southern like talent and the southern independent and deathmatch scene. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna take deathmatch out of it for a minute.
Okay.
Who is your dream interview outside of deathmatch wrestling?
Mance Warner.
Why?
Ooh, God, I feel like first off, God, I know that was a quick fire answer. I mean, I guess I have more mainstream answers too, of course. But shout out to a canon of like someone who isn't really deathmatch anymore, Mance Warner, because oh God, I feel like he is like perfect as far as like wrestlers goes. Like he does heel perfectly well. He has that like old school grit, but like new age. And like, he's great with promo. He's great in the ring. Anytime he has a belt around his way, I mean, he makes the belt doesn't make him. I mean, he's just perfection. Like, I fucking love Mance Warner. Like, I think he is just the coolest.
Now give me your mainstream answer.
Well, definitely Jeff Hardy for one. If I would be able to like not openly weep, be like, thank you for like bringing like my childhood, and oh my God, Jeff Hardy. I would love, like, Swerve Strickland is one of my top favorites by far. Kenny Omega is another favorite of mine by far.
Great Canadian, by the way, Kenny Omega.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. God, Shayna Baszler, one of my favorite women's wrestlers. Of course, Rhea. Rhea would be fire, but I mean, it's Rhea Ripley.
When I asked you that question, I felt that was just going to jump right out the screen at me. When I asked
Really?
you, I was like, oh, she's going to say Rhea. She's going to say Rhea.
Well, there you go. I got you your Rhea answer. But yeah, shout out to Cannon, definitely Mance Warner. But yeah, those are my mainstream answers, though.
Now, because you're an interviewer, and it's fun to think these things. If you could interview any actor in the world, who are you interviewing?
I'm going to go with my first instinct as soon as you ask, and that would be my favorite actor of all time, Jack Nicholson.
I like it. I feel like that would be a good interview.
Oh God, I could just listen to that man talk. Like, he is such a phenomenal actor. I loved him obviously in The Shining. I loved him in even Batman. Like, he's seriously like, you know, my favorite Joker. Hot take, my favorite fucking Joker.
Nope, but I'll get into that when you're done.
No, okay, I need to hear yours now.
Mine's Ledger.
I had a feeling you were going to say Ledger. I mean, Ledger is definitely a favorite of mine too. How did you feel about Jared Leto's Joker, though?
I hated it.
I love that because
I prefer Joaquin Phoenix's Joker over Leto.
Yes, that motherfucker did a Joker. Oh my God! Honestly, I would even almost put Joaquin's over Heath for me personally.
Storytelling wise, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Role wise, and the only reason I put Ledger there is rest in peace, Ledger. But he literally drove himself to the point of insanity that it killed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what makes
I can definitely agree with that.
Plus, I love Ledger. I've seen all his movies, including Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
I watched him in everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely but for some reason, I think it's just because I've always been so partial to Jack Nicholson. I just fucking loved him, but I loved his Joker. Just that like mobster type of style Joker was perfect for me.
But I mean, when we talk about the Batman series in general, like just like sports, there's never a greatest of all time. There's a greatest of that era.
That's true. That is true. I can agree with that.
Right? Like, is anybody ever going to do a better Penguin than Danny DeVito?
Facts.
Is anybody ever going to do a better Riddler than, why is his name? Jim Carrey?
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen more of a Riddler, though. That was more of a 90s thing. It hasn't come to fruition in the...
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We haven't seen Riddler. It's been a while. I want to know your thoughts on that. Like, what's your favorite? Who's been your favorite person to play Batman, though?
Oh, Christian Bale.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of figured you'd have the combo of Heath Ledger and Christian Bale as your favorite Batman and Joker.
Or if I really want to get technical, my favorite of all time is Adam West.
Okay.
But that's more of television. He wasn't really in the movie side of it. But
fair. I think
Patterson
I guess
is a terrible Batman.
Huh?
Robert Patterson is a terrible Batman.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh God. Boo, boo. Like, honestly, I think for me, I guess to pair up with, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, I love Michael Keaton as Batman. I love Michael Keaton as Batman.
I can see why. Again, join the movies. But Keaton, in my opinion, I don't like his acting. I don't like him.
Oh,
I'm really not a fan of him.
not even Beetlejuice?
I'll be honest, I don't like Beetlejuice.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh, you're killing me, Shadow.
I listen, it's nothing personal. It's more of a trauma related thing.
Okay.
Um, like without getting into it, it's more of a trauma related reasoning. But
Okay, fair enough.
so Beetlejuice has never been, and maybe that's why I just don't like Keaton because I associate it with something of my past that I don't want to.
That's fair. That is definitely fair.
Um, but all right, give me your five uh, give me your top three villains.
Ooh.
They
Oh
don't have to be in
God.
order, just your top three. It doesn't matter which order they're in, just three of them that you would put in your three.
Now, are we talking about like Batman
Across any
villains or just
universe. Any
of
universe.
any type of villain ever?
Yes.
Ooh. Because I can get real creative with this answer then. Um, Number one of my favorite villains is Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Love it. I'm gonna have to go with the Joker. Definitely. Um, I'm trying to think if we can a horror person count as a villain.
Anything.
Okay, all right.
It's
Oh shit.
your
Well, then
personal,
and
right? So
that.
it doesn't necessarily need to be that stereotypical answer. It's what you consider the top villains, right?
Okay, then I think number three would definitely be Art the Clown.
I hate clowns, but I fuck with art.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
hate them. I hate them, but I fuck with him and Pennywise hard.
yes, definitely.
I told this story. I don't know if I actually told it in an interview or not. About a decade ago, I was seeing this. Oh, I guess it was longer than a decade ago now. Jesus, I'm old. Um, Many moons ago, we'll put it that way. I was seeing this girl, and I went to a fear fest with her best friend, and her best friend's boyfriend. It was a double date kind of thing, and they paid a clown to chase me around the park. When I tell you, I was 18, 19 at the time, maybe 20. When I tell you, I dead ass looked her in the face, said, I'm leaving, got on a train, and went home. I that's what I did because, man, I get it. It's all fun. I get it.
But if you
But
really
the
hate
one,
clowns, that's fucked up to do.
I despise those fucking things.
That's awful.
They freak me the fuck out. I
I
have
don't
no
blame
rhyme or
you.
reason for it, but what would you what would you consider your most irrational fear?
Hmm. Most irrational fear. I will say actually, something that I have conquered. One of my irrational fears is escalators. I have conquered that fear thanks to Vegas. It took me years to conquer this fear, and I had it for the longest time because when I was 16, I I was in cheerleading, which shocker.
I can see it.
I
You got that bubbly personality for it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, we were at a competition and we were leaving, and I was waiting for like the stair to be right so I can go down the escalator. Well, the girl behind me was very impatient, and she's like, "All right, well, hurry up!" And she fucking pushed me down. And I mean, I didn't like tumble down the escalator like anything dramatic, but I mean, I skipped a couple steps. I'm like, and it freaked me out. So that spiraled into this, fear. But I will say, at now at 33, almost 34, I am officially, I think, okay with escalators, but that was one of my biggest irrational fears.
You want to know mine?
Yes, please.
My biggest irrational fear is roller coasters.
Really?
And it all goes back to a famous franchise, Final Destination. It's
I have
also
a
the
Final
reason I don't
Destination moment
drive.
with escalators too that I hate. Yes. Oh my God.
It also goes back to, and I think our generation, I think every one of us, is log trucks. I will not drive behind a log truck at all,
Oh
ever in my
yeah.
life. If I'm behind one, I'll slow down enough to see where I'm going, and I'm passing them as soon as I get the chance.
Right. Unless if it's like one of those days where I'm feeling like if I'm having like a depressy day and I'm like, you know what?
Nope, not even then. I'm like, no, not going out this way.
I know. I know. I always move and I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm not
Do
risking
you
it
enjoy
today.
the Final Destination series
I
or
do.
franchise?
Yeah. I thought they were good. I thought
Did
they
you
were
watch
all
the
right.
new one?
I haven't seen the new one. I'm kind of freaked out because, you know, the tattoo shop and the fucking septum piercing thing. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle it.
I bought it the moment it became available,
Yeah.
and it's not my all time, but it's right up there.
Really? Okay.
Like, without going into it, if people haven't seen it, and I know you haven't, so I'll give you one spoiler. But the MRI machine sucking someone in. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. That I won't tell you where or anything that happens because, like, obviously I want you to watch it, but oh my goodness.
Oh, that made me itchy. God, oh, fuck. And it's wild, like that stuff like that will make us cringe even though we're deathmatch fans. Like, it's just wild.
I am so flabbergasted when it comes to the irrational fears of that because even tanning beds, I'm like, I never tanned anyways in the tanning bed. I go in the natural sunlight, but like, I'm not going anywhere near those fucking things.
You know what? I'll expose myself from when I was in high school. I loved a good tanning bed. So my senior year, I was with my homegirl, and like it was just something that we did. Like, you know, we just went to go tanning, but we also sat out in the sun too. So I don't know. It was like twofer of just like as much, you know, like just be dark as fucking possible for fucking high school. Like I don't know what it was, but so I decided like instead of 15 minutes that I usually go, let's go 30.
Yeah, our generation of girls in our generation, including yourself, apparently. I don't know what the fuck y'all were thinking. Like the whitest girls.
I
look
don't
like
know.
I would look at them and be like, eh?
I became a fucking crisp after that day. I was like, I was so red, and it was like, I ended up going to school the next day, and I got text from my ex like, so went a little too long in the tanning bed, huh? I'm like, fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, fuck
And
you,
it's
Chris.
still
Mind your business.
yeah, fuck you, Chris.
Mind your business.
I'm just kidding, but like, oh my god, I was just like, I remember like I went to choir, and my choir teacher was like, oh my god, and I like just burst into fucking tears. I'm like, everyone's been giving me a hard time all day about this. Like, I know I'm not doing this ever again. But I will say, after I got better and the burn went away, the tan. But I never did it again after that. I never did it again after that. I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna keep to the natural sunlight and shit, and not a tanning bed.
Either option is still not good for your skin, but here we are.
Right. Yeah.
What is your vision for the next 5 years? Where do you want to be with this?
Well, I'd love to keep doing interviews. I would love to expand into doing announcing and maybe even commentary. I think that would be fun. And also, I guess with content wise, I just want to continue to, not only entertain, but, also like educate people and just bring light to the independent, especially deathmatch scene, and just bringing some like awareness of like, like these people are putting their lives on the line and putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this. Like, give it a chance. Like, so I want to do that. 5 years. I don't know. I want to be able to travel more.
Yeah, you got to come to Canada. You got to come check
I'm
out
definitely going to come to Canada. Definitely coming to Canada. Yeah, I think those are some of my big things, and definitely just, staying humble, staying, just happy and not problematic, and just having fun and building keeping, good vibes within the deathmatch community.
Do you have a promotion that you have your eyes on that you'd love to work for?
I'd love to officially.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Like official capacity.
And definitely Loco. I would love to do more official, even though I sometimes like for their, online crew, they Jaime kind of still already considers me part of the family, but I would love to do more officially with them. I would love to do, even if it was like backstage interviews for the Chains, NHB the Chains. Danny, come to Texas, but I will come to you. I promise to. But I would love to work for Danny at some type of capacity, do something within the Chains. GCW would be dope, but I would love to, especially, even like IWTV in general. I'd love to just see, like how they have like for like intermissions between shows, you see a commercial about me interviewing people or whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just to be over IWTV, I think would be pretty sick.
Well, I mean, I've seen you on IWTV, so we can only go up from here.
Yay.
I was watching it with my kid, and I was like, I know her. And he's like, what?
It's just me.
When you get the chance, and I'm shamelessly plugging New Noise Volume 4, which is now available on IWTV. I'm all over it. You'll see me in the crowd. Make sure you check it out.
Absolutely.
Before I start to wrap this up, I got a new thing that I've been doing in the last couple of interviews. And I want to, you've never been here, and I don't think they have them there. My question usually is, what's your Tim Hortons order? But my business partner, Scals, has said for the Americans that haven't tried Tim's or whatever, what's your go-to Dunkin' order?
Ooh. So I would say for Dunkin', any type of like iced mocha type of coffee. Like I love a good iced coffee. Yeah, like an iced mocha type of thing. And I don't know, a little donut or something. Yeah, I would say I think that would be my my Dunkin' order.
I love that. I got no more questions for you because like I always find it, because I don't know, I'm stuttering over my own words here, but talking to a content creator, there's only so much we can cover without going over the same thing we've done 100 times.
Yeah, true.
And I don't want to pull back the curtain too much because that's your story to tell.
Yeah, I don't mind. If you have, honestly, I'm an open book with anything really.
Okay. What is by far the worst fan experience you've had so far? I know I asked you the DM thing, but what is your worst fan experience you've dealt with so far doing this?
You know what? Actually, so one of the worst things I had dealt with, and thankfully this person has been kind of, X'd out of the community of sorts, and we can talk about it off camera, but I will just say vaguely, there was this man who, not only with me, but like quite a few people in their DMs, just trying to first come off as cool, and then just kind of ended up being, more pervy than normal, and just trying to be your friend and stuff like that. But it was just he was very like pressuring of a lot of things. Like he was very persistent of like, asking for nudes, asking for like, and then because of, and again, like I'm being very humble with this, but like of the rub I do have with certain people, it was like, oh, hey, you should ask so-and-so for you and I to have a threesome. I'm sorry, what? Of just random shit. And like, I know he was at the same time just messaging a lot of different women, the same type of thing. Even everyone's favorite aunt had a really shitty interaction with this man. Yeah, like because he used to be a photographer and he was just a piece of shit. But yeah, he ended up kind of getting excommunicated from the community because more stuff had come out about him, about being a real perv ball photographer, and fuck him. So I think that would be like the worst thing that I've really ever encountered, especially online. In person, I've never really had a bad experience in person. I can't even, like, I'm trying to genuinely think of anything that was like, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way or whatever. But no, I think like in person, I've had, pretty decent experiences.
So because my mind is dark or pervy, if you will. So you've had good fan rub experiences, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Clue into what I'm going with that. No, but I hate that. It always seems to be the photographers that come off the perviest, creepiest motherfuckers out there.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have met some really good ones, and I'll definitely shout them out real quick. Definitely a couple homies from Texas. One who is like videographer, amazing. He goes by Tony Vision on Instagram, amazing dude. And then someone who's like my little brother, one of my best friends. He goes by Quaz. He's another really great with photography and videography. Both of them very professional, very nice guys, would never be some douchey, pervy assholes, like genuine family. Love them both.
I love that. And listen, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to talk more. We're going to have another episode soon.
Okay.
Hopefully, you're up here and we can do it in person.
Oh, I would love that.
Or I'm down there. One of the two. Whatever comes first. I'm sure one of us will figure it out at some point.
Definitely.
But this is this part where I let you plug everything and anything in all your socials. So by all means, do that.
All right. Well, first off, I want to say thank you for having me on here in the ShadowSphere. It's nice to finally be within the ShadowSphere. So you guys can find me on TikTok, Kakeface_Karlee. On Instagram, Kakeface_Karlee 2.0. I am on YouTube. I am slowly but surely adding stuff to YouTube, and you can just look up Kakeface Karlee. I'm also on the X Brand Wrestling YouTube channel for X Brand Unleashed, hosted by yours truly, where I interview independent and deathmatch stars and get their stories and everything. And I believe that's all social media wise. Next shows I'll be going to, I should be going to Land of the Trill, July 25th for Loco Wrestling in Houston, Texas. If not that, for sure I'll be going to Nino's Birthday Bash. I think it's August 29th, also in Houston, Texas, for Loco Wrestling. And of course, obviously, for X Brand, the next thing coming up for X Brand is Wicked 13. September 19th, 18th, 19th, sorry, is Drop Dead Gorgeous and Wicked 13. A lot of great names. And yeah, I think that's about it. Again, thank you so much for having me on.
Listen, I'm super appreciative that you could take the time to make this work in such a busy schedule that you carry yourself. If fans of you are at shows, are you welcoming? Do you prefer your distance?
I'm absolutely welcoming. Please, like it's such a rewarding thing. Like even just random things. Like I had helped make like a couple gimmicks for the last show, and someone was like, "Oh, were you one of the people? Like, can you sign this?" I'm like, surreal. Like I eat that shit up. Like, and trust me, like I get all giddy like a little schoolgirl every time. So please, like, absolutely.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're following her. Make sure you're supporting her. Make sure you're supporting the things she's involved in. If you're in the areas that the shows that she works, by all means, make sure you're checking them out. If you can, don't overexert yourself or your wallets. Make sure you're supporting your local indie scenes if you can. And just all around, support us, support everything. I don't really got much else to say. My final thought is thank you again, Karlee, for the time. I look forward to all the content you have coming out. I look forward to your interviews. And I just look forward to seeing where you go from here, because the sky's the limit for you, and I believe so much in you.
Thank you. And I believe the same with you. And everyone, make sure you're following Shadow and the ShadowSphere and Off the Top and everything, because you guys have just been incredible.
I appreciate the kind words. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am Shadow. That is Karlee. This has been another episode of the ShadowSphere. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.